So good afternoon, greetings, welcome everyone. The purpose of today's gathering is to celebrate the Pennsylvania Statewide After-School Youth Development Network's 20 years of impact on after-school programming, along with the celebration of the nationwide Lights On After School sponsored by the Afterschool Alliance. As I mentioned, this is PCN's 20-year anniversary, along with the Afterschool Alliance's 25th year anniversary supporting after-school programs. My name is Contrail Armour, and I'm the director of the Pennsylvania Statewide After-School Youth Development Network. PCN is one of the 50 statewide networks throughout the country that is sponsored by the Mott Foundation. We are located just across the river in Camp Hill at the Center for Schools and Communities, which is a division of the Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit. PCN's mission is to promote sustainable, high-quality, out-of-school time programs across the Commonwealth. And we do that through several different events. One of our signature events occurs here annually at the state capitol for our After-School Advocacy Day. On that day, we convene students in after-school programming from around the state to meet with their local legislators to talk about the importance of after-school programming, not just how it impacts them academically, but how it impacts them socially, in building relationships, and even giving back to their community. We also want to celebrate and acknowledge the coalition that the network was able to build over the 20 years. This coalition consisted of educators, legislators, business and industry professionals, community champions, the volunteer, the parents, and you can't forget the students themselves in regards to building the coalition. The coalition has led to a successful, I'll say, finish at this point with the approval of the BOOST program, which is building opportunities through out-of-school time. This is dedicated funding in the state's line item in the budget to support after-school programs. That deserves a great round of applause for everyone that's here in attendance. You'll hear from some of those key figures that spearheaded this effort to make that possible. But before we hear from those key figures, I'd like to acknowledge a few supporters that are here today, many being past PCN directors. I landed in, I'll say, a sweet spot in this program being approved, and with my head down, ready to get some work done, or should I say with my head up, ready to get some work done. But I definitely want to acknowledge those that came before me. So if online, joining us from Africa and Ghana, our first director is Keisha Bird. So we want to wave to Keisha in Ghana, Africa. Dr. Celeste Overton Morris, previous director. Casey Conley, who is here with us today, previous director. Casey did a lot of work in creating the After-School Caucus, which was made up of both the House and the Senate, bipartisan, to get a return on investment study that led to, I believe, the BOOST passage and the BOOST program being successful in its allocating dollars. I'd also just like to acknowledge some other community members that we have here today. We have the local Camp Curtin YMCA's Young Junior Achievement Academy students here, so let's give a round of applause to you as well. I want to give a big shout out to Leah Silverberg, who's in the back here from the Afterschool Alliance. The Afterschool Alliance leads the nation in technical assistance for out-of-school time, and specifically for the Lights On after-school celebration. I think it's now appropriate to go ahead and introduce a few people I express as key supporters of the BOOST program and just after school as a whole. So I will step aside and introduce Lieutenant Governor Alston Davis.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for that warm introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here with our dynamic Secretary of Education, Dr. Khalid Moumin. Secretary, thank you for being here. And thank you to the legislators who've joined us today and who've been advocating for after-school funding, including Senator Culver, Representative Schlossberg, and Representative Fiedler, as well as Senator Argel, who's joined us as well. This is truly a bipartisan issue here in the Pennsylvania General Assembly. I'm excited to be here to talk about an issue that's very near and dear to my heart, out-of-school time programs. As someone who grew up going to the Boys and Girls Club in my hometown of McKeesport, I know firsthand the value of after-school programs and what they mean to young people in our communities. At their most basic level, they provide structure for students after the school day ends, but the best programs enhance and expand on what our kids are learning at school, giving them social skills, homework help, sports and exercise, music, art, theater, and so much more. They also keep kids safe during those critical hours from 3 to 6 p.m. That's why investing in out-of-school time programs is a top priority for the Shapiro Davis administration. No matter what they look like or what zip code they live in, every Pennsylvania kid deserves the freedom to be safe and feel safe in their communities. And as parents should have the peace of mind of knowing their kids are safe while they're working hard to provide for their families. When kids and parents don't have that safety and security, that basic need for safety and security, we can't thrive as a Commonwealth. Investing in after-school programs isn't just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. The return on investment for these types of programs is somewhere in the neighborhood of $7 for every $1 that's invested. And there's a huge demand across the Commonwealth. For every kid who is enrolled in an after-school program, there are 4 more waiting to get into that same program. And that's why our administration's budget proposed an $11.5 million into the out-of-school time programming so we can increase access for Pennsylvania families while keeping our communities safe. And by working with our friends in the General Assembly on both sides of the aisle, Democrats and Republicans coming together, we were able to get this done to create the new Building Opportunity through Out-of-School Time program, what we like to call a boost around the Capitol. The Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency, which I have the privilege to lead, is administering this new grant program and taking applications through October 31st. For more information about Boost and how to apply, go to pccd.pa.gov and check out the open funding announcements. The Boost program is a great example of what we can do when we take off our blue jerseys and our red jerseys and put on the Pennsylvania jersey. By working together, we can get stuff done for the good people of Pennsylvania, invest in our kids, and keep our communities safe. Thank you all for being here, and it's a privilege to be here with you all this morning.
All right, humble Lieutenant Governor, because he spearheaded a lot of this effort to help this Boost program get passed. So we're really excited about not just the access for the students, but now once they get in the door, what we have to offer. So when we talk about quality out-of-school time programming, we're talking about more than just homework help. We're talking about things that impact our students outside of their regular school building. We're talking about the things that impact their communities and even their families, and we're looking forward to supporting those programs. Next up to the microphone, it's my pleasure to introduce the Secretary of Education here in Pennsylvania, Dr. Moumin. I think he was a club kid as well. We all claim to be club kids. I know I was Berry Hill club kid here in Harrisburg, so shout out to Sherm, rest in peace, brother. But yes, Dr. Moumin.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon. I am just thrilled to be here today, and yes, I am an after-school kid. I'm a unique after-school kid, though, because I grew up in Logan, in Philadelphia, so I was a Logan Powell kid. But then I was a Nicetown Boys and Girls Club kid. Then I was a Germantown YWCA and YMCA kid. And I'm just so thankful for the experiences that I was able to receive and the support that I was able to receive from mentors who are still in my life to this day. After-school programs make a difference in the lives of our students every day by inspiring learning, keeping kids safe, and preparing them for bright futures. Programs like Lights On After School give parents peace of mind that their children are safe and continuing to learn even though the school day is over. And as I digress a little, the only place that I could go without a permission slip from my mom was to the after-school programs because she knew I was there and I was safe and I was sheltered and being nurtured. Also, after-school programs help students discover who they are and what they love to do. These programs give the students the freedom to learn and grow outside of normal school hours. After-school spaces offer students opportunities to be creative, try new things, meet new people, and grow academically. At PDE, we believe all students, regardless of where they live, what their background is, or where they're going, deserve a world-class education. After-school programs and organizations like the Pennsylvania Statewide After-School Youth Development Network are critically important for extending learning opportunities for students once the school day has ended. For so many families, these programs are also the reason they can work toward a higher quality of life. After-school programs give parents and guardians real freedom to pursue job opportunities that don't always match up perfectly to school hours. There is nothing more important to someone who loves a child than knowing that child is safe. So I want to thank everyone here today who advocates for after-school programs, and especially those who provide our children with safety and enrichment after the official school day ends. You offer Pennsylvania children safety and education, but you also offer Pennsylvania families the opportunity to chart their own course and succeed. So sincerely, I thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Mumeen. All right, next up, we have Senator Argyle, David Argyle from District 29, which covers the Carbon, Luzerne, and Schuylkill counties, to talk a little bit about after-school programming and how it affects his constituents.
Good afternoon. As the chairman of the Senate Education Committee and the son and grandson of three teachers, congratulations to this group as you celebrate 20 years of advocacy on behalf of the after-school programs. Pulled this off my fireplace today. This is Dad reading to students in 1957 as a student teacher. So believe me, I understand the need for this program. There is no doubt, as it's been referenced, the facts are clear. After-school programs play a critical role in our communities, from our smallest villages to our largest cities. I'm incredibly proud of the programs that we have back home, like Shine and Achieve. And earlier this year, when their program was in jeopardy, I heard from many parents, teachers, and employers how important these programs are. People were really scared. That's why Representative Heffley and I have been so active in fighting to get them the additional help that they need. And Mr. Secretary, thank you for your help in resolving that problem.
Thank you.
It was very much appreciated. There is no doubt parents rely on these efforts to provide a safe environment for their children while they're finishing out their workday. So the students are relying on the programs for additional academic and extracurricular opportunity. And as has been referenced, we know that childcare is not easy to obtain these days. Waiting lists are the norm, not the exception. But quality programs don't just help our kids. It helps the parents, it helps the employers. We know that employers are struggling to find workers because people are struggling to find appropriate options for after school. And again, as it's been referenced, this isn't just a problem back home in Carbon County, Schuylkill County, or Luzerne County. You know about Luzerne County? There we go, another one of my colleagues. And so, we need to work together to find solutions. As again has been referenced, the schools, the providers, the business community, the House, the Senate, the Republicans, and the Democrats to solve this problem. And so I'm here to congratulate you and to encourage you all to continue to build your grassroots efforts. Talk to your senators, talk to your representatives, make sure that your voices are continued to be heard in this building. And most of all, thank you for inviting me to join you all today.
All right, great information there. So we talked about, or you hear a little bit about this BOOST program and the line item in the state's budget for after-school programs to help support the access piece. Before the BOOST program was passed or this money was available, there was one other stream of funding coming through Pennsylvania from the federal government, and that was for 21st Century Learning Community Centers. I just wanted to take a minute here to give a huge shout out, congratulations, and acknowledgement for a technical assistance team at the Center for Schools and Communities that has helped these programs for over, I'm thinking, or close to 20 years. When you think about after-school programs and all of the different regions in the state, all of the different dynamics, all of the different demographics, it takes special people to provide technical assistance to meet the needs of that region, that area, that demographic. So I just want to give a shout out to the Center for Schools and Communities, 21st Century Community Learning Center's Technical Assistance Team, Eugene Park Brown, Elizabeth Hoffer, and Catherine Kuhn, led by a great leader, Karen Lehman. We can give them a round of applause. They have the blueprint for how quality after-school programs can be ran here in the state, and the network looks for their support of the BOOST programs and getting some of those programs in that quality space. I want to acknowledge a student that we have here today that is actually now a freshman at Villanova, but had experience through the out-of-school time programs through her learning. Only 50, so one in each state, is identified as a STEM ambassador. This is through the STEM Next Fund, sponsored by the After School Alliance and the Mott Foundation. They choose one person from each state to represent coming from an underserved community in the STEM field. That's the science, technology, engineering, and math, which we know in the after-school hours is very important, and we're able to actually make some of those connections and advance the STEM curriculum during those hours. But the young lady I'd like to introduce here represents Pennsylvania amongst all the other 49 states. Had a great opportunity to join her this summer with all of the other STEM ambassadors from around the country to talk about their experiences out of school time. So I hope I didn't steal too much thunder, but I want to turn the mic over right now to Toomey. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Toomey, Pennsylvania's flight crew.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Toomey Ojo, and I'm currently a freshman at Villanova University, where I'm majoring in cognitive and behavioral neuroscience on the pre-med track. My aspiration is to become a pediatric oncologist, a goal that fuels my passion for science and helping others. Today, I want to share some incredible experiences I've had through after-school STEM programs that have shaped my journey. In 2024, I was honored to be accepted into the Million Girls Moonshot Flight Crew program, where I'm proudly represented, while I proudly represent Pennsylvania. This opportunity culminated in a surreal experience this past June in San Diego, California, where I connected with fellow flight crew members from across the country at Girls Build Solutions. During our time together, we engaged with Afterschool Alliance networks and had the privilege of meeting professionals from esteemed organizations like Lockheed Martin, Calcom, and NASA. Networking with these individuals was invaluable, providing insights into the vast possibilities within STEM fields. And I'm deeply grateful to the Pennsylvania Statewide Afterschool Youth Development Network and the STEM Next Opportunity Fund for making this experience possible. One program that has profoundly impacted me is the Fly Like a Girl Drone Academy program. This initiative offered girls aged 16 and older the chance to earn a free FAA remote pilot license from May to August of 2023. I participated in 8 sessions, dedicating over 40 hours to mastering drone flying and preparing for the Part 107 exam. On July 26 of 2024, I proudly passed the Part 107 drone certification exam, earning my FAA remote pilot's license. This accomplishment opened my eyes to a field I had never considered before, highlighting how after-school opportunities can expand our horizons and introduce us to new passions. In mid-July, I also had the honor of representing the Million Girls Moonshot flight crew at the National Summer Learning Association's National Youth Leadership Institute at American University in Washington, D.C. This week was rich with youth advocacy, leadership, development, and discussions on the significance of summer programming and after-school initiatives. The mission of the National Summer Learning Association resonates deeply with me. I understand firsthand the transformative impact these programs can have on young lives. The diverse programs I've participated in significantly contributed to my commitment to STEM as I conducted research in my university's word recognition, auditory, and perception lab, further solidifying my desire to pursue a career in medicine. These extracurricular activities not only fueled my passion, but also provided me with essential skills and experiences that are invaluable as I move forward in my academic and professional journey. After-school programming has been instrumental in guiding me toward a career path I am genuinely passionate about. These experiences have been transformative, offering me opportunities to advocate for youth and engage in meaningful projects. Through these STEM-related initiatives, I have not only honed my technical skills, but also developed my leadership abilities, which are crucial in any field, particularly in medicine. Moreover, I have learned the importance of community and collaboration through these programs. Connecting with other young women who share similar aspirations has created a network of support and inspiration that encourages us all to push boundaries and reach for the stars. The friendships and mentorships I have developed will last a lifetime and will undoubtedly enrich my future endeavors. As I reflect on my journey, I am reminded of the significant role after-school programs play in shaping young minds. They offer a safe place for exploration, learning, and growth, elements that are essential in today's fast-paced world. I believe that every child deserves access to these opportunities, as they have power to ignite passions and pave the way for future leaders in STEM. In closing, I urge you all to support after-school programs in your communities, advocate for their importance, get involved, and help ensure the future generations have the same opportunities that have greatly impacted my life. Together, we can create a brighter future where every young person can pursue their dreams and make a difference in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Toomey. Thank you. For the young minds and students here, when you take time to join extracurricular activities in your school, when you take time to give back to your community, you're winning. Don't ever think studying long is studying wrong. Study, give back, be consistent, and your opportunities are limited. Unlimited, should I say. They're unlimited. All right, next up we have Senator State Rep Doyle Heffley, who's going to give some remarks. Which one am I here? District 122, Carbon County, Senator Doyle Heffley.
Thank you, but my state senator is actually Dave Argel. He's doing a great job. I'll stay in the House. I like it better over here. But it's an honor to be here and celebrate after school. Stand here with you today to celebrate 20 years dedicated to teaching Pennsylvanians about the importance of after-school programs. For 2 decades, this organization has not only created a lasting impact, but has also been a lifeline for countless families, children, and communities across our Commonwealth. After-school programs are more than just a safe place for kids to go when the school day ends. They are an essential support system for working families, helping to create a balanced environment for both parents and children. For families, especially those in rural and underserved areas, after-school programs serve as a cornerstone of stability. They are critical to helping parents maintain employment while ensuring their children receive the guidance and educational enrichment they need. The benefits extend well beyond just providing care. Out-of-school time programs play a vital role in developing the next generation of Pennsylvania's workforce by exposing young people to career exploration, internships, apprenticeships, and mentorships. These programs foster the essential skills our students need for future success. From leadership and time management to decision-making and teamwork, soft skills learned in these programs are invaluable, as we just heard a testimonial to. These skills prepare students not only for the workforce, but for life. They build a foundation of success for whatever path they choose, giving them confidence and readiness to take on challenges of tomorrow. When we celebrate this milestone, I really want to take a moment to recognize all those staff and volunteers and community members who have made this 20-year achievement possible. Your dedication to serving our children and families is nothing short of inspiring. And thanks to your hard work, countless young Pennsylvanians have had the opportunity to grow, learn, and succeed. I'm going to give a shout out to the Shine After School program, which covers Carbon, parts of Luzerne, and Schuylkill County. And give a shout out to Rachel Stucco, who runs the Shine program, and really has just inspired so many young people through that program, working with the technical schools, working with the community colleges to help students achieve and experience STEM or STEAM now, science, technology, and mathematics. One of the lessons that I learned from Rachel and talking to folks in after-school programs is sometimes students who may not excel in the classroom, when they get into an after-school program, which is much more hands-on learning, those children really excel, and it's a different way exposing them to a different type of education. And that's why I'm such a supporter of after-school programs. So thank you, and let's keep working together to ensure that these vital programs continue for the next 20 years. Thank you.
All right, as we get ready to wrap things up here, just to come on the back here of what was said here about the quality piece. After school programming, it takes a special person to work in after school. It is a quality space or a quality job, so we must treat it as such. The after school has come from a long way of do your homework, jump rope, and play kickball. You might ask, what is the difference in after school versus the regular school day? In after school, there is time for a relationship to be built with the educator. That goes a long way. I have thousands of testimonies where students would be so upset, show up at the office, so upset they couldn't come to the after school program. Not that they just got suspended for 10 days, but that they wouldn't be able to come to the after school program. So those programs incentivize, I want to say, the students in a way for them to curb the absenteeism challenge that we have here in Pennsylvania. It's just a regular day of school. So after school programs can be that trampoline for a student that's not sure where they fit in at their regular classroom or their regular day of school. The after school program will support you. We'll build that relationship to find out what matters to you and how we can help you get to where you want to be. With that being said, I'd like to thank everyone here in attendance today in person, those online. Thank you for the support over the past 20 years. We look for the support for the next 20 years. And lights on. Officially, that date is tomorrow, October 24th. We ask anyone here with business, industry, offices, turn your lights on after 5 o'clock. That's what the symbol of turning the lights on is, to say that we're open, we're here for you, we're here to support you. because school ends doesn't mean learning has to end. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you all for attending.